What's up, guys? Jordan here from Show Me Vegas. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Las Vegas Strip. Hey, my quest to stay at every major casino resort in Las Vegas continues, and the count has now reached 50. It took me 50 hotels before I finally decided to try out the only hotel on the Las Vegas Strip without a full-time resort fee. This is Casino Royale. Let's go get checked in. Checking in.
Sure, I need your ID, please.
You bet.
All right, you paid already, so I just need a card for deposit.
Sounds good.
All right, so the Wi-Fi code's inside with your keys.
Okay.
From numbers on the front.
Sounds good. I'm all checked into a standard king room here at Casino Royale, and this room is exactly what I thought it would be. And I don't even mean that in a bad way. If you didn't know, this hotel is a Best Western Plus property. I've been avoiding this hotel for a long time for a very specific reason, and I know what you're thinking. No, it's not because I'm too bougie to stay here. Alright, maybe I am, but that's not the reason I didn't book. I've been avoiding it because last year it was announced that this place was probably going to close, be torn down, and a 600+ foot tower be put in its place. They even went as far as to get FAA approval for that new tower, but that approval expired in January and the hotel remains open. And like I said earlier, it remains the only hotel on the Las Vegas Strip that doesn't charge a full-time resort fee. So here I am for a one-night stay, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually excited to be here. This place has such a cool vibe, and it's perfectly situated on the Las Vegas Strip. Gosh, this has gotten to be an outrageously long monologue, even for me. Even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Let's go downstairs and see what there is to do here. Alright, just so you know, of course that's not my normal safe combination. I changed it right after that. Don't get any ideas. Hey, since I normally run out of time in the mornings, I'm gonna go check out the pool tonight. Yeah, believe it or not, this place actually does have a pool, but it's not exactly the typical Vegas pool you'd come to expect. You'll see what I mean when we get down there. I actually rather like that this hotel's only 4 stories and I'm on the 3rd floor. No waiting for an elevator, just go down 3 flights of stairs and you are right into the casino. But of course, having never stayed here, I had no idea where that pool area was. I had to go to the front desk and ask. It's actually right back over here in the stairwell we just came from. All right, to the pool. Signage is kind of confusing. It says it's down that way, but actually it's not down that way. It's right out this way. All right, we'll figure this out eventually. That's the parking lot. Here's the pool. And here it is. No, it's not exactly a Vegas pool experience, but it is clean. You might just have it all to yourself like I do right now, and it's open until 10 p.m. So after you take a bath in the casino, you can come out here and take a bath in the pool. All right, that sounded gross. There's no bar out here either, but that might actually be a good thing because as long as you don't bring glass, you can bring your own drinks out here. At least I don't think there's a bar. No, there's no bar, and you might want to bring your own soundtrack too because there's no music. All right, I kid, of course, but it really isn't that bad. And check out these nice padded loungers. There's not very many of them, but I doubt they're ever filled up. Also, the pool, 8 feet deep on this end. You don't see that in Vegas very often. Also out here is the fitness center. Actually, I'm gonna have to go around, but let's go check that out too. The smallest fitness center in Vegas, perhaps. But again, it could be worse. You get a treadmill, a bike. Yes, this little gym did have decent equipment, but not Averon quality equipment. And with that, I'd like to thank Averon for sponsoring this video. This is my Averon Strong Rower, and this is my favorite piece of fitness equipment I've ever owned. But what's best about this machine is that it keeps you motivated and coming back for more, and I'm going to show you exactly why. All of Averon's products, including this rower right here, have tapped into the psychology of gaming to keep you coming back for more and more workouts. It certainly worked for me. I've been using this thing since early summer, and I still keep finding new things to love about it. Let me show you a little bit of what it has to offer. This is Averon's 22-inch HD touchscreen, and this has everything you're going to need to keep you entertained and motivated while you work out. If you saw me talk about it before, you already know it has all your favorite streaming apps like YouTube TV, Netflix, Prime Video, but where Averon has really changed the game is, not ironically, with games. Get into the group lobby and find a competition. Add your friends and compete against their scores, or if you just want to compete against yourself, compete against your own times and your own high scores. Now personally, I love the rower, but if rowing is not your thing, you want a treadmill or an exercise bike, Averon has those too. Gamified treadmills, gamified exercise bikes, both with the touchscreen and all of the same features. Plus, right now Averon has their best prices of the year, and you can get an additional $50 off all of their products if you use my code VEGAS50 at checkout. Just follow the link in my description box down below or scan the QR code that's on the screen right now. Thanks once again to Averon for sponsoring this video. Over here, they did say on the website that there would be bottles of water and towels in here, but there's no bottles of water. And I can hear the casino through that door. It looks like that's actually the front desk right there. All right, that's enough of this. Let's go back out and check out the casino. All right, resort tour time, or should I say resort tour. I mean, it's not really much of a resort. It only has 152 rooms. I mentioned earlier it's a Best Western Plus property. The front desk is right over my shoulder, and it actually doubles as the Players Club desk. But for such a small property, it actually has a pretty decent casino and quite a few things to eat. Let's go take a look around. Like I said, here's the front desk. On my Center Strip Part 2 video, I erroneously said this was how you got to the hotel rooms. This is not how you get there. This is actually the exit to the Outback Steakhouse. Oh yeah, I haven't mentioned that yet. Casino Royale is most decidedly a blue-collar casino, and there's nothing wrong with that. A blue-collar casino needs a blue-collar dining lineup, and it is headlined, I say headlined, by an Outback Steakhouse. It's actually above the casino floor, up this spiral staircase. If you can't take the stairs, don't worry, there's also an elevator right over here. All right, let's talk about the casino. I said it has a decent casino, but not a large one. Only 19,000 square feet of gaming here, but it is a lot of fun. The atmosphere is terrific in here. It's busy even on this Wednesday night here in the summer of 2025 when tourism is down in Las Vegas. Also, upbeat, high energy, loud music. I love it in here. Let's talk slot selection. A fantastic slot selection here at Casino Royale, and all lower denom machines. This is a low rollers casino. Forget about a high limit room, it doesn't exist here. I do guarantee though you'll find a machine here you want to play, and if you don't, I don't think you want to play slots, period. Speaking of slots, if you watched my Center Strip Part 2 video, you know I hit for about $800 on this machine right here. The gold, this machine on the end. I'm not saying you'll win if you play this machine, but can't hurt to try, right? One last thing about slots, I promise. It's not just new machines either. They have old school machines in here. If you like these machines and you hate that they're going away, Casino Royale is your joint. The center bar here at Casino Royale is pretty famous, and for good reason. I remember back when I first started coming to Vegas, beers were $1 at this bar. Then they were $2. Look, they're $3 today, but even a $3 beer with a 67% tip is just a $5 beer. Stop in here at this bar and get yourself a cheap beer anytime you're on this side of the strip. They'll even give you a plastic cup so you can just keep going down the strip. And they don't have a sports book per se here at Casino Royale, but they do have a partnership with William Hill. You can place your sports wagers here at the center bar, right here on the left corner. I haven't sat down to play just yet, so I can't opine on the cocktail service at this moment, but I will say I've just been walking around this small casino for a few minutes and I've seen several cocktail servers, so I'd say it's probably pretty good. Even if it's not though, that bar I mentioned, you can just walk up and get yourself something at any time. I mentioned this was a blue collar casino, and that means cheap eats. Back here along the back wall, you've got Pizza Hut, Subway, and $3.99 foot-long hot dogs. That used to be $2.49. Back in the day, I think it was even cheaper than that. But listen, inflation is real, folks. It's not all just Vegas being greedy. In addition to being blue-collar, this casino is old school, and there is nothing more old school than this mirrored ceiling. I love the ceiling. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, let's talk about table games. Well, there's nothing to talk about. There aren't any table games here. There used to be, and they used to have a great table game scene here. They closed them all down around 2020, the pandemic, and they never brought them back, which is a shame because they used to have some really fun games with great odds here. And this, believe it or not, was the first casino in Las Vegas where I ever saw free bet blackjack. I learned to play it right here at Casino Royale, and that's kind of a fond memory because that's still one of my favorite games, sucker game or not. So I mentioned earlier how well situated this hotel is right here on the Strip. Let's step outside. I'm going to show you the Strip frontage, what there is to see out there, and you'll also get an idea of what the neighborhood looks like here at Casino Royale. Right here at the south entrance, you're right outside the north entrance to Harrah's. It's right here, right next to Harrah's. There's also a little food court that kind of gets overlooked on the Strip. It's got Panda Express, Chipotle, and a McDonald's. That's right outside the doors. Directly across the street, of course, used to be the Mirage. It closed last summer to undergo renovations into the new Hard Rock. And right there, the guitar tower is going up. It's getting pretty tall. That's supposed to open in late 2027. Right outside on the Strip frontage is a Fat Tuesday. Hey, these sugary drinks are not my bag, but they could be yours. If you're staying here, you've got easy access to one right here on the Strip. And I didn't even mention it while we were inside, but adjacent to the casino floor is a White Castle. Right past White Castle, you're also going to find a Walgreens. That is a fantastic amenity, basically attached to Casino Royale. All right, that's pretty much everything there is to see here, and if I missed anything, I'll show it to you in the morning. For now, I'm starving to death. You know me, I've pretty much only eaten pizza today, and well, dinner's not exactly going to be healthy either. Yeah, listen, some dinners in Vegas are fancier than others. Some are also a lot cheaper than others. And it's been a while since I had White Castle. Growing up in the Midwest, this is soul food right here. Good for the soul, if not my waistline. Hey, I'm gonna eat my White Castle, and then I'm gonna turn off the camera for the night. I'm gonna go downstairs and gamble because I love this casino. And I won money the last time I played here, so maybe lightning can strike twice. I'm gonna delete these burgers, and then I will see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning from Casino Royale, and I can say good morning because I got 8 hours of sleep and I woke up to some free in-room coffee. Best Western Plus delivers. There's a Keurig machine over there. 2 coffee pods, 2 English tea pods, and then 2 decaf coffee pods. Not too bad. I'm not sure if you asked down at the front desk if you could get more. I might try that out later on. Either way, I can't complain about 2 cups of coffee for myself. I mentioned I got 8 hours of sleep last night, but it definitely wasn't because of that bed. That bed was, forget firm, that bed was hard. The sheets and pillows were fine, the room was quiet, and the room was cold. I was a little unsure whether or not this place would be quiet enough for me, because right out this window is just steps from Las Vegas Boulevard. The blank wall across the way, and I'll show you the view in just a minute, is the little food court between here and Harrah's, and it's just literally like 20 yards to the Las Vegas Strip. They've got some serious windows in this building because they blocked out all of the noise. Also, by the way, this window does open if you want some fresh air, so that's nice. I pretty well showed you the entire property last night except for one restaurant, and I did that for a reason. There's a Denny's here at Casino Royale, and that's where I'm headed for breakfast because not only has it probably been, I don't know, 15 years since I ate at a Denny's, I need a hearty breakfast today because I have a lot on my plate, no pun intended. So that's what I'm gonna do first. I'll show you a little bit, but come on, we all know what a Denny's is like. And then I will come back up here to the room and I will give you my overall thoughts for staying here at Casino Royale in 2025 and my pros and cons. Stay tuned. Hold the phone. Before I go down for breakfast, it just dawned on me that I have not given you guys any kind of room tour yet. I haven't even really shown you the room. So let's do that now. I'm not sure room tour is the right word because this is one of the smaller hotel rooms I've ever been in Vegas or otherwise, but let me show you around anyway. I think I could probably even do it from one camera angle. And this is it. This is the entire thing. It's probably less than 300 square feet if I had to guess, but I don't know for sure because the website doesn't say, but all things considered, they have squeezed everything you need into this small space. Over here you have a little desk with an office chair. Yeah, this chair's a little bit worn out. The hydraulics are crashing to the floor, but it'll get the job done. There are 5 power outlets and 4 USBs on this desktop. Way over here in the corner, you do have a small chair with an ottoman. It's decently comfortable. It's a little bit grimy, I'm not gonna lie, but a good place to sit by the window and have your morning coffee, and you can see the TV nicely from here. Over here in the corner, a 42-inch LCD TV. It's big enough for this small room. It does not have any kind of channel interface. It does have Cox cable and a pretty decent selection of channels. Reception's not great, but hey, who watches TV in Vegas? The bed I mentioned is not the most comfortable I've ever slept in. Actually, it was pretty hard, but it is a king-size bed. There were 4 pillows. Again, not the best pillows, but they got the job done. The sheets, I will say, were pretty good. On either side of the bed, a nightstand with a drawer. They also have those old school hotel lamps that have power outlets in them, so I had no trouble charging by the bedside. And right where you guys are right now, there's actually a little bar on the way into the bathroom. Let me show you. There's no sink, so I guess we call this a dry bar. There is, like I said, a Keurig machine on top. I've already brewed my coffee. Ice bucket, you've got extra cups. There were 4 coffee cups, 4 plastic cups. And these are the pods that are left after I brewed my coffee. Down underneath, a fridge for your own use. I've got it stocked up with my waters from Walgreens next door. Bathroom is that way, and right over here is the closet. Yeah, it's very small. It's behind the bathroom door. It does have a safe, and I will say, probably the biggest hotel safe I've ever seen. You could fit quite a bit in there. It works. Hair dryer, ironing board. There is also an iron in there. Sliding doors are full-length mirrors, so you can check yourself out, although you have to stand really close to it to do that. All right, let's go check out the bathroom. All right, pardon the noise. The exhaust fan is right above your head, and I can't turn it off without turning off the light as well. This is one of the smallest bathrooms I've ever seen, period, let alone in Las Vegas. Again, it has all your basics. There's a tub shower combo on this side. It's got relatively new tile, and it's pretty fresh. Water pressure was not very good. On this side, you have a single sink vanity with a granite top, and it's pretty nice. It was spotlessly clean in here, I will say that. I didn't see a single rogue hair, and the tile was freshly mopped. The toilet was sparkling. This entire room, actually, with just a couple tiny little exceptions, was very clean. Right below you is the toilet, and I'm glad that the door in this bathroom actually opens outward because I'm not sure it would even have enough room to swing in because the toilet would be in the way. Yeah, it's that small. Not a problem for me traveling alone on this trip, but if you're staying as a couple, keep that in mind. This bathroom is very small. All right, I'm getting claustrophobic. Let's get out here. I mentioned 2 very minor cleanliness issues. Here's one of them, and I'm sure, there it is. There's some kind of residue on the wall. Now this is all the way up close to the ceiling, as if it was running from behind the baseboards, but there's only 2 streaks, and I don't know what that is. I also don't really expect housekeeping to even notice that because it's like 8 feet off the ground. The other thing was the inside of this drawer and the nightstand was pretty gross looking. There's like little bits of debris and there's like stuff spilled in there. But again, I'm not sure I would expect housekeeping to even notice that. Would they even open the drawer? And then I mentioned this chair is a little dingy, but I'm not sure it's actually dirty. It's just definitely worn. So I'm not sure we can call that a housekeeping issue. It's just kind of worn out. The furniture throughout the room is definitely from the 90s, and it is pretty worn out as well. But again, this is a Best Western, and I'm paying less than $100 all in tonight. You can't be too choosy. All right, that is your room tour. All in all, not a bad room. It's definitely in that category of, I just need a place that's clean to lay my head at night and take a shower in the morning. All right, let's go get some breakfast. So you know how I'm always joking about how I like cool Las Vegas carpets? Well, how's the carpet game here? You be the judge. Alright, so sorry about the audio quality, but I didn't really want to bring my camera and tripod into it, and I'm glad I didn't, because this place is busy, and I'm kind of crowded right on top of the table next to me. So in case you're wondering if the prices are the same at this Denny's as they are at your Denny's at home, I don't know. They seem a little bit high. The original Grand Slam is $15.79. It's not awful, but I suspect it's a few dollars more than just your typical Denny's. I do have breakfast with a strip view, although it's mostly just a construction site. A lot of activity going on over there at the Hard Rock. So I think it's safe to say this Denny's used to have an awesome view of the Mirage Volcano. Now it's got a pretty good view of a construction site, and like I said, it's busy over there. The classic Grand Slam has arrived, and it looks a bit smaller than I remember.
That's what she said.
Well, that was pretty good. The pancakes were actually really good. By the time I left that Denny's, there were probably 30 people waiting for a table. This is a Thursday morning in September, if that means anything to you. On the weekends, it's probably a lot busier. Heading back to the room now to give you my overall thoughts. On the way, I'm going to stop by the front desk, see if I can get some more coffee pods for the Keurig machine. Let's see how this goes.
Moments later.
Well, that was pretty cool. At first, the guy said no, but I was a little slow to pick up on the fact that he was joking. Then he complimented my Tropicana t-shirt. Then he gave me 4 pods. I don't need 4 pods, but that's good customer service. All right, you know how I do. It's 20 minutes till checkout time, and it's time to go over my overall thoughts, and I still have to pack, so I'm gonna be brief. I am enjoying a 4th cup of coffee thanks to the kind gentleman at the front desk whose name I did not get. I wish I had. That guy was great. And because of his 4 extra pods, I was given 6. I'm not gonna go through 6, but I will drink 4. I have a coffee problem. Overall thoughts about Casino Royale and the Best Western Plus in 2025, I am pleasantly surprised. I really didn't know what to make out of this stay coming into it. Like I said, I'd been avoiding it thinking that it was going to go away. They were going to tear it down, build something new in this place. Now I'm not so sure. And after spending most of my time here for the last 24 hours, I hope this place never goes away. The casino is such a vibe. Yes, it's a little bit gritty and grimy down there, but it is a super fun place to gamble. You can get $3 beers, a $4 hot dog. Vegas needs a place like this to remain on the Las Vegas Strip, and I hope at least for a few more years this stays right here. As far as the room is concerned, this is absolutely a you get what you pay for type of room. I don't think anybody's booking this hotel expecting a luxury resort experience, and they're not going to get that. But for the price you have to pay to get this room, I think it's worthwhile. Like I said at the end of the room tour, this is definitely I just want a place to lay my head and go to sleep, and a place to take a shower in the morning. And for that purpose, I don't think there could be a better hotel on the Strip. And what was that price, you might ask? Well, I've got my reservation pulled up on my phone right here. As always, I pay for all of my rooms in Las Vegas. I pay for all my meals. I pay for everything I do in town because I want you to get an honest review. My room rate last night on a Thursday night was $74.39. There was $9.95 tax on top of that, and like I said, no resort fee. So all in last night on a Thursday night, I paid $84.34 for this room. That said, let's go over my pros and cons for staying at Casino Royale, the Best Western Plus at Casino Royale in 2025. Here goes. Pros, number 1, the location and the convenience. Now I know until at least the end of 2027, there's not going to be a hotel across the street. The Hard Rock is under construction. So that hurts this location a little bit, but you are right next door to Harrah's, and from there you can be in Mid-Strip in no time. You're also right next door to the Venetian. You can easily walk up to the Fashion Show Mall. This is a great location, and in addition to that, the convenience of staying in this small 150-room hotel cannot be discounted. I went back and forth between the room and the casino last night probably 10 times just because it was so easy. If I needed to pop back up here for something, I could be back in my room in like a minute from the casino floor. I'm not even joking. You can be outside on the sidewalk on Las Vegas Boulevard in probably 45 seconds from right here. You're not going to find that at any of the resorts in Las Vegas, and that is a cool amenity that I think really sets this place apart. Pro number 2, and maybe I should have made this pro number 1, no resort fee. I know we all hate the resort fee. It's kind of the poster child in 2025 of everything that's wrong with prices in Vegas. There is no resort fee here. ever. But despite that, you still get some amenities here that you would get at any one of those resorts that does charge a resort fee. There is a pool, and I showed it. It's not great, but honestly, it was pretty nice, and it's a place that if I were staying here for multiple nights, I would absolutely go next door to Walgreens, buy myself a couple of drinks, take them down to the pool area and go for a dip, and probably have it all to myself. You do have free Wi-Fi that worked perfectly. You do have in-room coffee, and when I ran out, I asked for more, and the guy gave it to me with a smile. Good service and pretty good amenities for a place with no resort fee. All right, let's talk about the cons, but keep in mind, at this price point, it's to be expected. Con number one, it is very small. This is a very small room. Like I said, it's great for a solo traveler like me, that's no problem at all, but 2 people in this room, it's gonna get cramped, especially over by the bathroom. The closet is very small, and you don't exactly have a lot of room to stretch out. Con number 2, it's certainly no frills as far as the accommodations are concerned. This is, like I said, your standard Best Western room. I've stayed in Best Westerns elsewhere in the country, and this is pretty much what they're like. Some are a little newer and nicer than this, but by and large, you get basic hotel furniture, you get basic TV. It's gonna be a little dinged up. The decor is not exactly gonna be in style. But again, for what you're paying, you can't expect more than this. All that said, would I stay at Casino Royale again? Believe it or not, I think I actually would. And given the right set of circumstances, I would recommend it to somebody else. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. As always, subscribing is totally free. Just look down, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you get notified anytime we release new content here on Show Me Vegas. As usual, we are now 10 minutes until checkout. I've got to check out and move on to the next. I will see you in that next video because there's always more for us to show you on Show Me Vegas.